Dude, like, are you working on something? Right? Did you get what I'm saying? Everyone, welcome to our daily training. Today I'm very excited. I'm actually going to be talking about the power of follow-up. What is the power of follow-up? I don't know whether you guys know about this or not. You know, the money is in the follow-up. In sales, is huge. The money is in the follow-up. A lot of time the offer is lower than the prime, right? And however, the key is if you continue with following up with them, eventually, if the house does not sell, they are gonna cave, right? Because if you don't get something, you're gonna want to get anything that you possibly can get, right? If you are trying to sell something and that thing doesn't sell, what do? You're gonna accept any other offer because you're afraid that you cannot buy them, can sell them. So the money is really in follow-up. I know that especially, for you, me, right? Sometimes we are afraid, right? We're afraid that, oh man, if I follow up with them too much, maybe they don't like me, right? Maybe they, will feel that I'm annoying, right? But the truth is, I want to tell you that it's polar opposite. It's not just about the follow-up, it's also about how you follow up with it, right? So what do I mean by this? I want you to remember one thing, okay? Very important. I don't know if I've talked to you before about this. When you open a loop, you close a loop. I'm an IT graduate, right? So I do a lot of programming, right? So it's always about, there's if and else loop, right? But again, whenever you open a loop, you wanted to close the loop. What does that really mean? That means that if you're asking a question, you need to close that question, right? If you say, hey boss, I'm doing this right now, then you should follow up with, hey boss, I'm done with this. And sometimes maybe you cannot finish it up on time. Then what you wanted to say is, hey boss, I am working on this right now still. I'm running into this challenge, right? One thing that I know sometimes, even once in a while, me and Monique, right? Sometimes we'll cut each other doing this too. It's like, hey, do you have any update on this thing yet? Oh, I'm just waiting for it to get done. Then I will tell you, right? But the waiting sometimes is 15 minutes, sometimes 30 minutes, sometimes an hour, sometimes a day. And I was like, dude, like, are you working on something? Right? Did you get what I'm saying? And she'd be like, oh, yeah. I was just thinking that I'm going to wait for it to be done. Then I will let you know. Good intention, right? It's a really good intention, right? However, you're letting me here waiting. Are you doing it? Do you have any challenge? Are you working on it? I don't know. So it's always great that you can tell the client that, hey, I'm working on it, or I got it. I'm researching it right now. I'm looking into it. Give me a minute, right? I'm talking to my client right now. I'll get back to you as soon as I possibly can. I see that some of you guys, right? Sometime once in a while, right? Not every one of you guys, but once in a while, right? Some of you guys will have good morning, right? Especially if you guys have multiple platforms, good morning. And then there's no good night. So I was like, is this person still working? Let me check, right? Sometimes you did. Some of you guys are actually still working. Some of you guys did. Right? Some of you guys will have morning, time blocking, and then nighttime blocking was gone. So I was like, okay, are they MIAing or what is going on, right? So again, it's very important that you open a loop, you close a loop, right? Be right back. I'm going to the bathroom. When you come back, I'm back, right? Whatever that is. And also make sure that is in front of your face, right? So, sometimes I know you guys will always say, oh, I'm so sorry, I'm here. I forgot to turn it back on. Right? So for me, what I do is I always make sure that whichever that is, I put it right in front of my screen. So if let's say, I pause my time proof, right? And I'm going, then I'll make sure that the time proof is the first thing that is in my face. Like it doesn't move anywhere else unless I click it, then I can move forward. So that I wouldn't forget, right? But again, follow up is very important. I know that I'm very busy, right? Most of your clients are very busy. As you know, in our field of work, right, people who want to hire virtual assistant, they are very overwhelmed, and a lot of times they do not answer back our emails. One, your client is very, very busy every single day. Don't feel bad about following up with them and harassing them. I know I use the word harass because I want you to see how far it can go, right? And I'm using the word harassing because you need to really follow up with them. That's the reason why you are here. Right? Like Maxi, you're working with clients, right? Angelo, you're working with delinquency. Follow up is huge. And don't assume that, oh man, they don't want my service, or man, they're not gonna pay. There's always a reason why behind it that might not be what you are thinking. You get what I'm saying? Because sometimes it's us that putting in the limiting belief, oh, they don't like us, they don't like it, ma'am, I shouldn't be following with them, right? It's unless they say no, right? No, I'm good, right? I have a client that say, oh, we just hire somebody local, so we don't need virtual assistant anymore. No problem, right? But unless they say no, if not, you continue follow up with them until they tell you no. You can come out. This is a very powerful thing that you need a power of follow. You need to follow with them, whether it's a client. If it's a client, you follow until they say no to you. If it's a task, you follow until your client say, no, I don't need you to follow with me anymore. And then you stop it. Does it kind of make sense? Right? Because why am I hiring you for? So that you can do a job that I don't have to do, or so that you can remind me on a job that I need to do. And at any given time, if I didn't tell you to stop following up with me, you need to continue following up. Also, emoji is a great way of doing it. Sometimes you feel embarrassed, or sometimes like, oh man, I don't know whether my messaging is correct or not. Use some emoji. Use a smiley face, right, with the angel on the, on the angel ring on the top, right? Yes, you can do it kind of thing, right? With the, you start seeing, I use a lot of the face with a lot of heart in between it. Feel like I'm in love, right? I was like, oh, I really like that. Whenever you put the emoji with a smiley face, you tend to want to smile. Right? So whenever you are following your client, you say, hey, boss, gentle follow up. I know you love this, right? Hey, I know you don't like numbers, but I love number loves me, right? Heart shape, right? But I know you need to get it done, right? You also need to motivate them, right? Almost like sometimes, I'm not saying that you need to be their parent, but treat them like a kid, because we're clients, right? We have to be always so strong, right? Sometimes I feel good that, sometimes I'm being babied by my virtual assistant, right? Hey, can you make sure this is done, right? Gentle follow up, right? You got to get this done. Sometimes like, dude, like you really need to get this done. Wait, in a hurry. Okay, I get it done, right? And sometimes they're like, hey, do you still want me to continue follow up with you? Because this is the 35th time. Yes, please. We really need to get this done, right? So you wanted to ask them, right? And then you can also ask them, hey, when is the best time for you to do things like this? Right? Sometimes it's personal. Maybe it's every Friday or every Saturday. Sometimes maybe it's Monday morning. Sometimes maybe it's a morning instead of evening, right? Whatever the task is, what is the best time for you? What's the best time for me to follow up with you? Do you want me to, do a Zoom call, and then during the Zoom call, I can follow up with you? Do you want me to just send you a text message? Do you want me to send you a WhatsApp message, right? How can I follow up with you in the best way, right? Is it Asana? Is it email? Is it Asana and email? Is it Asana, email, and WhatsApp, right? Is it Facebook Messenger, right? It's different. Again, the power of follow is, number one, follow up until they say no to you, whether it's a client or is it a task, right? And then number two is you want to make sure that what is follow up to them. Do you want me, Mr. Customer, do you want me to Facebook message you, right? Do you want me to WhatsApp you? Do you want me to call you, right? Do you want me to Skype you, right? What is the best way for me to communicate with you? And thus you will better communicate with me, right? Number three, frequency. Do you want me to tell you every 5 minutes, every minute, every hour, every 2 days, every week, every month, right? What would that be for you, right? Would that be every morning too, right? Like, what is the best time for me to follow up with you so that you can give me the best outcome? And, and again, number four, ask better question, get better answer, right? Hey boss, I need to follow up with you about this, right? Hey boss, I know that your client really need this right now, right? Hey boss, gentle follow up with you. Hey boss, what do you think about this? Can I do this for you so that you don't have to do it anymore? Right? Ask different question, right? To prompt different answer, right? Again, what is the outcome that you want to do, right? We learn about RPM, right? What is the feeling that you want to feel, right? What is the purpose that you want to get this done? And then use that, towards them and say, hey, this is why you need to do this. This is why you need to do that. So, and thus, can you do it? Or what else can I do to help you with it? Do I need to connect tasks to somebody else so they can get it done? Because sometimes it might not be just be done with the client. It might be able to get done by somebody else, right? So you never know. So you wanted to always ask, okay, boss, I know that my goal here is you give me a task, I need to get it done. You give me a task, I need to get it done. So let's figure out how can I get it done for you, right? What is the power of follow-up? And especially, when you guys are opening a loop, you need to really close the loop, right? Don't always ask, hey boss, I'm here, right? And then at the end, there's no, oh boss, I'm done, right? Again, power follow-up. Hey boss, is there any feedback for me? How can I get better? I noticed that you have not answered me well at this time. Should I ask you this better question at this time or not? And with, hey boss, I know feedback is love. Feel free to give me any feedback, right? Because ultimately, what is the real deal that we want here? It's about the outcome. So I do believe that you can obviously do it in a much better way. So, but again, follow up smartly. You really figure out what is the best way for us to follow up to get the result, right? Observe the pattern and see whether there's anything that you can figure out so they can utilize the pattern, and then you can create the pattern so that you will be very effective and efficient with your client together.